What's up, guys? This is Bwatsky from the Cardfight Bros, coming at you with another deck profile today. Got my Messiah deck for you. It's a pretty good deck, and we got a new camera, so 1080p rather than whatever it was, 520, so that's good. Anyways, let's get right into it. For the starter, I run Neon Messiah. It's probably the best starter you're going to find for Messiahs. It gets you a free grade 3 after it's unlocked, so it's a pretty good card. I would run this over any other ones. So for grade 3s, we got 4 Alter Ego Messiahs. This card's really good because it's Generation Break 2. You get to draw a card with a Soul Blast every time a card's unlocked. So lots of plays with that. I mean, you do have to be at Generation Break 2, but that's not really hard to do. You can do it pretty early game now with Nebula, Big Crunch Dragon. So, and then for the other grade 3, I just run this one, the Lady Gunner of Nebula Star, because her effect also works on rearguard. I don't like running other grade 3s that you can't use on rearguard effects. Like, I was running Nebula Lord, but I don't like Limit Break, and he's only Vanguard skill. So next up, we got grade 2s. I run 3 of this guy, the Blast Monk of the Thundering Foot. He's actually pretty expensive right now. I picked him up when he was cheap, but it's actually a super good card. When it attacks, you can choose a locked card and unlock it, and then it gets +4. So it opens up some huge plays with the Dark Metal Chameleon, which is a stupid card. When it's unlocked, you can unflip a damage, so this card's really good. And then I run 3 of this guy, Sunset Edge Dustblade. He's your on boost effect counterblast, GB1. When it's boosted, you can choose one of your opponent's rear guards and lock it. So I like this a lot because it gives me options as to what I want to lock on their field. Because then when you stride, you can lock something on their field, and then you use this and then lock something else. So it's pretty good. And then I run 3 of this girl, the Lady Battler of the Gravity Well. She's your act lock a card, gain +4. So she works in conjunction with the Blast Monk. So she can lock something, and then he can unlock it right away. So good stuff. And then I run 3 of Awakening Messiah. He's also a really good card. You can just put him like behind your Vanguard and then lock it, and then when he unlocks, you can stand one of your other rear guards that you have on your other sides here, and then they get +2k and they stand. So I think it's a pretty good card. A little situational, but it works. For grade 1s, I run 4 of the Unflipper Perfect Guard, and yes, I did pull 1 SP in my boxes. It looks pretty nice. Yeah, these are pretty essential because you use a lot of counterblasts with your strides, and it's just all around good card. Unflipper Perfect Guards are great. And then I run 4 of the Stride Enablers. Pretty self-explanatory. You're going to want to run these in a Stride deck. You want to max them out at 4 most of the time, so yeah. And then, of course, we got the 4 Dark Metal Chameleon, one of the dumbest cards ever. It has Resist, and when it's unlocked, you can unflip a damage. Pretty good. And then I just run 1 tech, which is this guy, the Lanthanum. He's not bad. because he doesn't require to have a Starvator, so I can put him behind wherever I want to have a pretty big boost if I'm doing a turn where I want to just have a ton of locks on the opponent's field, and then he gains a power boost. So I just had one more spot. You guys can fill it up with whatever you want. I just chose him because he gets power. And then for triggers, it's pretty standard. I just got 4 crit, another 4 crit, 4 draw, and you should run this one because she's super good for this deck anyways. You can put her in the soul and then you get more soul blast so you can draw cards. And then 4 heal. And then for the strides, we got I run 2 of these, the Judgment Messiahs. This is going to be like your opening one. So what I usually do is I open with this for my first stride, and then I'll either go into a second one, or I'll go into this guy, Big Crunch Dragon. This card's like super good because it Omega locks as well, and it's a whole column. The only downfall is if your opponent doesn't actually have a column yet, it's kind of useless, but most of the time towards late game, everybody usually has at least one column of rear guards, so yeah, really good card. And then for the last 2, I have 2 Amnesty Messiahs. This card's good, it's just, I don't know, I feel like it's very overpriced right now. I actually pulled 3 in the 8 boxes that I got, but it's like, I don't know. If I hadn't pulled them, I don't know if I would have bought them. But yeah, it's a good card. I mean, when it attacks, you can combo boss 1 and then choose any number of your lock cards, unlock them, and it gets +3 for each of them. And then if it's like up to 3 or something, then it gets a crit. So I think it's a worse version of the Royal Paladin one, but that's just me. Because it's a little bit more situational of a card in terms of how many cards you can unlock, rather than Royal Paladin. Most of the time you can have up to 5 rear guards, and for simple you only need 2 to gain the crit, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, so that's that for the deck profile. Let us know in the comments what you think, and you can definitely comment, tell us what decks you want to see or gameplays, because we're looking to do a lot more of actual gameplay videos as well as deck profiles. So yeah, just let us know. Thanks.